I'm going to teach you an easy pattern game to play with your cat that involves a little bit of clicker training, but is easy enough for a beginner trainer to do. It's called Super Bowls, and yes, it does involve bowls that are quite super. It was originally developed by Leslie McDevitt as part of her Control Unleashed program for dogs. Let's talk about what you'll need to get started, and then I'm going to demonstrate how to play the game twice while explaining the instructions. After, we'll talk about how or why you may play this game with your cat. Before you start, you'll need a few things. You'll need a cat, duh, a treat that they really like, at least 3 bowls, and optionally, a clicker. You can say a consistent word or short phrase such as great, or treat, or new achievement, or even just the word click. Small bowls like you would use for dipping something in a sauce are ideal. If you're looking to get something new, they're sometimes called pinch dishes or pinch bowls. You can really use any size bowl, plate, or honestly even spoons though, but they should all be similar in size. For treats, either a crunchy treat or a lickable treat like churro can work, so I'll explain how to use each. But the important thing is to pick something that your cat really likes. As we play this game, we're repeating the same thing over and over again in a pattern, hence why this is called a pattern game. The behavior you are going to click for is your cat looking over at you. They don't need to look up at you or make eye contact, but they should look in your direction. To start, set the bowls up in a row. For ease, about 6 inches apart is a good distance for mini cats, but you don't need to measure, so you can just eyeball it. Your cat is really going to like the first part because they get a freebie to initiate the game. They get it just because they're cute. Put the first treat in the first bowl. Don't click as we aren't marking a behavior yet. If you are using a lickable treat like a churro, a small dab of the treat in the bowl works the same as a regular crunchy treat. Your cat will go eat their treat because they'll be really excited about that. After they finish, they'll look over at you at some point because they're going to want another one. Remember that the behavior we're marking is them looking at you, so click right as they look in your direction. Because you clicked, they get a treat. This treat goes in the next bowl down the line, so bowl number 2. Your cat will wander over, eat the treat, and then at some point will look in your direction for another one. Click when they look at you, and then put the treat in the 3rd bowl. That is the pattern you are going to follow. Your cat looks at you, you click, the treat goes in the next bowl, you let them eat, and it starts all over again when they look at you. You may be wondering what to do when you reach the end of the bowls. Thankfully, it's pretty easy. You turn around and go back in the other direction. Not go to the first bowl, but instead you go to the previous bowl. In this example, the last bowl would be bowl number 3, so you'd go back to bowl number 2. After that, it's bowl number 1, and then you turn around again. Bowl number 2, bowl number 3, bowl number 2, bowl number 1. If you want to do this with more than 3 bowls, go for it. It's the exact same thing. Cat looks at you, click, they get a treat in the next bowl, let them eat, repeat until they get to the end, and then turn around and go backwards. Now let's look at Poutine playing Super Bowls for the first time in a long time, so I can show you what it looks like in real life. Here I am setting up my 4 bowls right in a row. Poutine clearly is excited about this, and I haven't even given him his first treat yet. Now I'm gonna go back to the beginning and put the first treat in the first bowl. Prozac got a treat to the side to keep him distracted. Of course, he decided to sit right in front of the camera while I played, but you'll notice that when Poutine looks up at me, I click and he gets a treat and it goes into the next bowl. Poutine eats it, looks up at me, and then he gets another click. I put the treat in the next bowl and we keep going down the line. I did want to be able to actually show you how this looks fully, so I decided to distract Prozac a little bit, and I just tossed a kibble away in the other direction. This can work great if you need to distract another animal who's in the room with you at the same time that you're playing this game. If you're really skilled, you could even train them to do something else during the same time. Poutine likes to pull them out of the bowl and eat them, so that's okay. Your cat doesn't have to eat it in the bowl. Now that you know how to play Super Bowls, why in the heck would you use it? This is a really versatile pattern game, so there are a lot of ways you can use it. On a basic level, It's really fun, and it's not that hard for most cats, so it can just be a bonding activity with your cat. Leslie McDevitt developed this game to help dogs experiencing states of high arousal or reactivity. For cats, it can be used to help make the world predictable and reduce anxiety, similar to how we'd use it with dogs. You can use it during an introduction to control movement of the cats. For example, if one cat is really sensitive to the other cat moving in their direction during an introduction, you can play it with, well, honestly, you can play it with both cats. For the more scared cat, it helps make the world predictable. For the cat that is causing the fear, you can keep them moving in a straight line so that they don't just walk straight towards the other cat until the other cat is feeling a lot more confident. A cat walking towards another cat can be scary, so we typically start moving side to side. Super Bowls can even be used to train a cat to go into a carrier. If you use 2 bowls with 1 bowl just outside the carrier and 1 further away, start by having your cat walk back and forth, away from the carrier towards the carrier, away from the carrier towards the carrier. As they do well with the training, you can move the bowl just inside the carrier and keep the distant bowl in the same place. Over time, and only if your cat is doing well with this, you don't want to push them, you can move the bowl into the carrier further and further towards the back. This works best if your cat isn't already afraid of the carrier. So if they hesitate, make things easier or start out further away from the carrier. You could even do a series of bowls around the carrier to kind of orbit it a little bit. This pattern game is so useful in so many situations. Honestly, I could sit here and just list off use. Hello, Prozac. Speaking of being useful. Prozac, do you find Super Bowls useful? Prozac loves Super Bowls. What was I saying, Prozac? Oh yeah, you could find a million uses for it, but hopefully you understand how to play it and get the idea. If you think of anything really creative or another situation where you might be able to use it, give it a try. And feel free to leave a comment and let Prozac know how you used Super Bowls. He would love that, wouldn't you, Prozac?